welcome back to the Silicon Nubian YouTube channel, where we do all things tech. Today I'd like to have a very short discussion on the notion of balance when either building, putting together a PC, or purchasing one. Balance is defined as a condition in which different elements are equal or in the correct proportions, and this does have definite ramifications with respect to building PCs. Why is that? Well, the majority of us have a budget. When we're building a PC or purchasing a PC, we don't have unlimited budgets. Maybe a small percentage of us do, but many of us don't. And when we have to build within a budget, we have to make sure that everything that we get, particularly when building a PC on your own, works well together and will give us a satisfying, smooth and satisfying performance. And this requires balance between the GPU, the CPU, storage, and memory for the most part. Okay? In a computer, it's got to be noted that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Each part on its own can't do much. The components can't do much, but when put together and configured correctly with the right software and hardware combination, you can do great things. You can play games, you can surf, you can video edit, well, whatever your heart desires, you can do it. The problem is when people are setting out with a definite budget, and B, combined with aspirations of what they really want in a PC, things get out of hand. Case in point, that aspiring gamer who wants to put all his eggs in one basket purchases the latest GTX 980 Ti or i9 380X or whatever higher end video card, eats up a good portion of the budget. Now they have to put everything else together because by itself the video card can't do anything but sit there in a box or on a shelf and be looked at. So now you have to go out, use the rest of the budget to purchase things such as the motherboard, memory, and you're going to end up skimping. So how is that going to affect you? It's going to affect performance. You're going to go out, for example, you have a $900 budget, you buy those cards I mentioned, you've eaten up almost half your budget already. Then you're left with what? You've had to skimp on the amount and the speed of the RAM. You've had to skimp on the motherboard, the case. You've had to skimp on pretty much every other component, and you're going to end up potentially with a performance that's not going to really be that satisfying. You're going to, at the best case scenario, the GPU won't be able to function at its best because for the most part it is being starved of things to do. The rest of the system just won't supply it with enough work. Or in the case of someone who purchases a lot of CPU, you want the latest, the greatest, the highest end CPUs, you go and you get your 9 series AMD, or you jump on the 4790K or one of the new Skylake i7s, and now you're left with half of your budget gone. Well, this doesn't make much sense. Now everything else you're going to have to skimp. If you're the kind of person who knows that you're purchasing these components with an eye on updating very soon, that's one thing. But if you're like the majority of people who, when they purchase a PC, probably won't upgrade for a number of years and whatnot, and this is what you're stuck with, you're going to end up with, more often than not, particularly if you're a gamer, you're going to end up with performance that is not exactly satisfying. You're going to end up either in a situation where your CPU isn't powerful enough to really run the latest games that are particularly the ones that are CPU bound, or feed the GPU with enough work for it to do and work at its optimum speed, or you're going to end up with a computer that doesn't have enough RAM because you've had to skimp because of everything else you've purchased, and the latest games you find the performance is not what you'd like. Particular with games with open play where there's large levels and lots of graphics and whatever to load and RAM, and you just don't have enough. Another thing is you might have gone for, you wanted a solid state drive, you weren't able to fit it in because of the purchase of the aforementioned components such as the high-end GPU or CPU, and now what are you going to do? You're using a regular spinner, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm just saying, if you're after very smooth, satisfying, and the best performance for your budget, you really have to keep an eye on component choice and your priorities. So that's pretty much it. You know, budgets are budgets. The majority of us do have them, and yet we all want the same thing. Those with unlimited budgets and those with limited budgets, we all want the same thing, and that's a computer that is smooth, gives us great performance, does what we want it to do, and what we expect it to do, and we have to keep an eye on that, in particular when we're building machines on our own. If it's your first build of a computer, you'll have to really think about what you're putting together, what components, how they're going to work together to achieve what you want. So the first thing I would say is find out exactly what you want your computer to do, what you expect from it, the performance that you expect from it, and take it from there. And you'll have something that you can build on your own that will be very satisfying and will last you for years, in particular if you're not someone who is very keen on upgrades. And even if you are, but you don't do it often, component choices can help you to not really future-proof you. I don't believe that anyone can be future-proofed in terms of computers past just a few years, but you can at least know for sure that you can have a system that you can grow on or grow in the next few years for sure. So thanks a lot for watching the video. Give me some comments, thumbs up, thumbs down, and we'll see you soon again. Take care.